The story goes that Bob Dylan once hugged Barry Manilow at a party and said, "Don't stop what you're doing, we're all inspired by you." 16 years later, Oprah Winfrey announced that he was one of the most requested guests on her afternoon talk show. Somewhere in between, the most popular adult contemporary artist of the 70s and 80s may have spent some time in the wilderness. But by 2005, he was back in a big way, with his new album, The Greatest Songs of the 50s.
The reason I connected with it was because when I looked at the list of songs that came out of the 50s, it seemed to me that they had been neglected. We've all heard the songs out of the 30s and the 40s, Blue Moon and I've Got a Crush on You and all of those. But nobody seems to have done Unchained Melody or It's Not For Me to Say or Beyond the Sea or any of these songs that were wonderfully written and came out of the 50s, and so that turned me on, and I dove in.
Produced by Clive Davis, it debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 charts, delivering Barry his first #1 in 29 years. Next stop, the 60s.
The 60s, I was really there. I really understood the 60s, and so I put down this long 250-song list, and I sent it out, emailed it to everybody I knew. And I said, pick your 10 favorites. And what kept coming back were the same 10 or 20 songs over and over. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, What the World Needs Now Is Love, Blue Velvet. And I sent it to Clive, and I said, this is my little personal popularity poll. What do you think? And he said, these are the songs. These are the ones that everybody is going to love. They are #1 songs, and these are the ones that people just love. And it's true.
He and Clive got to work and ended up with a #2 album, sealing the comeback of the singer, songwriter, arranger and producer who started out writing jingles before becoming Bette Midler's accompanist in the early 70s. He found solo stardom with songs like Mandy, Can't Smile Without You, I Write the Songs and Copacabana. His flashy costumes and flamboyant singing style also led to a series of TV specials.
Oh, the hair! Oh my God, the hair! It's just the most horrible. The first time you see me, you know, as I come barreling out from the wings, my girlfriend at the time, Linda, had convinced me to curl my hair. That 2 days before, and I had long schleppy hair, you know, and bang, you know, I looked like I had put my hand in a socket. And that's the first time you see me on my special. Don't ask me how I ever worked again, you know, after that. And then the second special, I wore that Copacabana jacket. I mean, really, somebody shoot me now.
More than 3 decades later, he's practically a permanent fixture at the Las Vegas Hilton. As well as producing albums for other artists, he's also co-written a musical called Harmony. And as for the future,
more music. It's always more music for me. It's always more music, and the same thing with Clive. You know, we never stop. They'll, you know, for me, they'll be wheeling me out, and you know, I got one more idea. Just give me 10 more minutes. It's all more music. That's for me.